Revelation 2864. From the 29th of August 1943. Purpose of the announcements and evaluation. The divine inspirations are mostly not valued according to their origin, but are rather seen as the product of human reasoning. An obvious and convincing proof of the divine origin cannot be brought to people, and thus the will of the human being himself determines their value. Doubting thoughts lower the value, and only undoubted faith earns the human being spiritual success. But he cannot be forced into faith. It is therefore no easy task to inform people of knowledge which only faith accepts without contradiction. Nevertheless, no other knowledge can be opposed to this knowledge which is more credible, and therefore every opportunity should be used to invalidate the latter. Only then will the human being be more receptive for spiritual truth and take a mental stand on it. The uninterrupted state of suffering on earth deprives many people of their weak faith, precisely because it is weak. They do not want to acknowledge God because He Himself has beaten them, and it is, so to speak, a last rebellion in the feeling of powerlessness in the face of a higher power. They believe they can detach themselves from Him by not acknowledging Him, but they have no valid reason for denying an omnipotent deity, even if this deity does not intervene in the plans of human will. As long as they recognize human free will, they must also regard human beings themselves as the authors of excessive suffering. In the belief in the survival of the soul they find the explanation, otherwise everything that happens in the world remains incomprehensible to them. And therefore God seeks to enlighten people that earthly life is only a means to an end and not an end in itself, that it is a time of preparation for the actual life. And He cannot let people receive this enlightenment in any other way than through inner enlightenment. However, He can never force people to believe in it. Instead, the willing human being has to work on himself so that he will be able to understand these announcements for what they are. As transmissions from the spiritual kingdom, where the perfect beings stand in light and truth and also distribute them to people who desire light and truth. If the human being desires to know the truth, then he is already receptive to it. For then human knowledge is no longer certain enough for him, and he adheres to what is announced to him through the mouth of those who have received it in an extraordinary way. Amen.